Do you struggle with negative self-beliefs? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can change your beliefs and your life. Your whole world is governed by your set of beliefs. It's not your parents or your DNA. It's not whoever's in parliament or sitting in office. And it's not the banks. You are responsible. And that's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow, because nobody wants to take accountability, right, for their own lives. It's so much easier to just blame everybody else, blame everything on something or someone else, some sort of outside influence. Oh, it's because the economy's taken a downturn. Oh, it's because the market's crashed, that's why you're not doing so well. Oh, it's because of the pandemic. Those hard times make more millionaires than anything else, so we can't use that as an excuse. A lot of what we believe is programming, like from our parents when we're young, from media outlets, social media, and there are different types of beliefs, right? You have self-beliefs, like what do you believe about yourself? We have social beliefs, so what do you believe about other people, society, and how things are run? And obviously we have like financial beliefs. When I was growing up, my dad told me when I was like leaving school, get a trade. And I believed that was, you know, the kind of life structure that I needed, that was going to make me happy and make me successful, right? The thing is, my dad, he didn't do anything wrong, okay? And at that time, that was a pretty solid plan. But things have changed considerably. And that solid plan didn't really last too long. And I found that out in the pandemic. And when these things happen, these crashes, you know, pandemics, whatever it may be, and they always inevitably will, your fate and your life is going to be resting in somebody else's hands. Let me ask you something. What do you believe? Like, what do you completely believe? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about your relationships? What do you believe about your health? What do you believe about your finances? The chances are that you have a set of beliefs that is limiting you in one way, shape or form. I think it was Henry Ford who said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. And Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. So how do we use these two things, imagination and belief, to change your life? Think of it like this, right? Whatever your mind sees and believes is fact. This is why, like, you see, you know, like people that are living in the past or whatever, they're literally playing negative scenarios over in their mind from things that have happened sometimes years ago, and it affects them now because this is what makes it real. Maybe you've been in a situation before where you've thought negatively about something that was going to happen, and lo and behold, it made the situation worse. So your thoughts, as we know, literally create everything. It's kind of obvious, right? We are literally creating everything around us with our thoughts and our beliefs. The first thing, okay, if you want to change anything, is you need desire. You need a desire to do something. Like if you're completely happy and fine the way you are and satisfied with your life, why would you ever change anything, right? You need that discomfort, that dis-ease. You need to, you know, in my case, I fucking hated myself in my life to the point where change had to occur. Another way that you can understand this, okay, or see change for yourself and know what's possible, is by sight. Like before I got sober, like I did not know how to live sober. I'd never seen or met another person who was living sober. I did not know it was possible. Okay, before I got into shape, I didn't know it was possible because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't believe that for myself. I did not believe it was possible. I didn't believe it was ever possible for me to live sober. But once you see something done, that should trigger something in your brain. And it's also, it goes for anything. Anything that you can see that has been done, it's possible for you to do too. It doesn't matter what it is. Because if someone else can do it, you can do it. The third thing I want to talk about that's helpful in changing your beliefs is affirmations. Now, you can write these down or you can say them. Now, these can be really fucking good. Like, they basically work by drip feeding this information. Whatever you want to change, whatever belief you want to change, write it down. Write, I am this, I am that. And that basically drip feeds down into your subconscious over time until you start to believe it. It's like that saying, I don't think it's even a saying, but like, if you tell someone something enough, they will start to believe it. And if you start to tell yourself things enough, you will start to believe it. And the last thing that I want to talk about is visualizations. Now, these are extremely powerful. The reason being is your brain, your mind doesn't know the difference between internal and external, okay? When you visualize something in your head, your brain thinks it's real. Let that sink in. Your brain literally believes whatever it sees. Just like I was telling you about the person who lives in the past, or the person who over worries, or the person who over worries about negative situations that might occur and they end up happening. Your brain believes it and makes it real. So for you to change your situation, let's say you wanted to make an extra 10k a month, okay? Now, for a lot of people, that's quite an outlandish fucking number, right? It's like unfathomable. But if you visualized it in your head every single day, your brain would start to believe that it's real. And sooner enough, you will see outside circumstances shift to create that reality. I was talking about something like this a few days back, about people. I've seen like these YouTubers that copy each other. And one of the videos that's going around that they all copy is, don't tell anyone about your YouTube channel. Like, that is one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard. I never used to tell people about my YouTube channel because when you're kind of starting, right, you're kind of like embarrassed. It's fucking embarrassing. You're awkward on camera. You don't fully believe in it. You know that you want to do it, but you know, you're just kind of testing ideas and you don't want people to look at it, okay? But all the time, it's just you who knows that it's there. It's not really real. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need more than one person to make a belief. That's why media works so fucking well, because it shows to millions of people. You can, you know, spread a belief by just putting it on a screen and people watching it, which takes it back to what I was just talking about, which is by sight. One of the ways that you can change a belief or know that something is possible is by sight. So now I tell everyone about my YouTube channel because it makes it real. Do you understand? I believe in it. Other people will then believe in it. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, you have to believe in it. You have to believe. And visualization is a really helpful way of shifting that, at least in your brain. Once your brain sees it over and over and over again, it becomes real. Guys, remember, it is your God-given right to be successful, and it's your responsibility to reach your potential.